Hello everyone. I hope all of you are good and safe at home. Um, Today in this video I tried to create a makeup look because I was obviously getting bored at home and I was thinking what to do. So I thought, why not pamper myself by doing some makeup? So I did some makeup and also created a tutorial video which you can see and learn as a beginner because I'm not a pro, but I'm also learning. So I tried to create the best makeup that is possible for beginners, so with a very minimum products. So if you like my video, please do share, subscribe and like the video. So in this video you will see how to create a basic makeup with a minimum foundation and the basics, what needs to be followed for a makeup, like the use of primer, and also how to create a eye look for beginners. I'm mentioning this because I'm not a pro, so it would really help the beginners to create the eye look, dramatic eye looks, and also how to make your face look much brighter. So all those things I have kept in mind. You can try this makeup look for any party or any occasion, so you can try that. And next time I'm gonna come up with a very nude makeup look which is fit for office purpose, so that is in next line. So keep supporting me and let's go to the actual makeup video. To start with your makeup, you need to prep your skin first. I'm gonna use the Urban Botanics Aloe Vera Gel as my primer. You can take a very little bit of aloe vera gel or any other primer that you have. I generally prefer aloe vera gel because it has less chemicals and it is good for those who have dry skin. So make sure you evenly blend it in your face. Primer is very important for those people who have pores and very sensitive skin to your makeup. So your primer is the shield between your makeup and your skin. So this is very much important for any kind of makeup that you are doing. So after you have applied the primer or the aloe vera gel, just give it a minute to absorb in your skin. And it is very important to moisturize your lip as well. So I'm going to do that with Baby Lips from Maybelline. This is in the shade Bronze, and I'm going to take a very little bit of that and evenly spread in my lips so that my lips are moisturized before I apply the lipstick on it. So after this, I'm gonna use a serum which I got from Mars. So this is a primer oil and it has illuminating glitters, and this one is Pearl Illuminator, which I'm gonna use. This is optional if you want to. So I'm just taking a very few drops of the primer oil, which is also called a serum. You can use any other serum that you have, or you can use any moisturizer in this step. Use your hand to blend. So once your skin is fully moisturized, use the Pearl Illuminator. This will give you a dewy finish. Take a very little bit of it in your hand and use your fingers to blend in your face. So again, you can skip this if you want a mattifying look. This will rather give you a dewy finish, and you can skip this if you want a matte look finish. Just quickly doing the blending. I'm gonna use the Color Correct from Bronze Highlighter Cream Palette. This is an all-in-one cream palette which I'm gonna use for color correcting, for concealing. Then I'll be using it for the contour also. So these are the areas where I'm gonna apply contour with this palette. So right now I'm just trying to color correct with the matching shade of my skin tone. I'm going to target the darker areas which are my under eyes. So I'm going to take a little bit of it and will start applying in my under eyes and wherever I have a darker color than my skin tone. Now I'm going to take the foundation brush to blend it all in my skin. Make sure you blend it perfectly because it might show ashy if you don't blend it properly. So blending the concealer, the highlighter are very important because these are the main part of your makeup. For this, your face will look much brighter. The next part is to set the concealer. For this I'm using Masterfix from Nalito. So I'm just using a very few amount of the product using this brush, and I will be dusting out the excess with a fluffy brush so that wherever I did the color correct and conceal, those areas are set and it will not crease further. So this is the fluffy brush and I'm just dusting it so that the excess amount is gone. So my conceal is set right now and there is no chance of creasing it. Now I'm going to use the foundation from Lakme Invisible Finish in the shade of 2. So we'll take a very little bit of it because it has medium coverage and I don't want to apply a lot of foundation in my skin because that might look cakey if you do that. So take a very little bit of it and apply with your fingers evenly in your face, and then you can use the same foundation brush to blend it in your face. You can use a beauty blender if you want to here, but I prefer using a foundation brush because that gives more coverage than any other blenders. Now let's use a concealer. This is concealer from Wet n Wild and this is in the shade of medium tawny. This I'll be using as a highlighter as well, just to highlight my under eyes and wherever I'll be applying the eyeshadow. If you don't use the brighter concealer or the highlighter before you apply the eyeshadow, your face and your eyes will look darker. So you don't want that, like as if someone punched your eyes. So here I'm using a beauty blender to blend it because a very few amount of concealer is needed here and we don't require a brush here to blend it all. So using the beauty blender, it does the job. So once you are done with the concealer, it is time for some contour. So I'm going to take the same contour palette and using this color to contour my face. Contour is very important because when you apply the foundation, your face look very bright and the natural sculpture is gone. So I'm gonna use this brush to take out some product from the palette, and I'm gonna target this area. So it starts from your ear towards your mouth. So dragging a line like this. You can do the same on the other side, starting from ear towards your mouth. You can just check the distance, how it should be, and use it accordingly. So everyone has different face structure, so this is not accurate, and you can just check with your distance from your mouth towards your eyes, ears. And I'm just drawing some jawline so that my jaw looks sharper than before. Using some on my forehead as well because I have a big forehead. So if anyone has big forehead, they can use it or they can skip that. So right now I'm just gonna blend it. Blending is very important in makeups because if your makeup is not blended properly, it will look very bad and it will look odd. So make sure you blend it well. Next I'm going to take a brush and will dust out the excess like this. So when it's done, dusting out is done, you are all set. The contouring part is done. So now you can start with the next step. So here I'm going to be using some blusher. I have a blusher palette which is Blush plus eyeshadow. So I'm gonna mix this two shade and will use it with this flat shade brush. I'm gonna target my apple of cheeks and will place a very little bit first and then we'll blend it gradually. Here I have taken Lakme eyebrow pencil and I'm starting drawing my eyebrows. So after the eyebrows are done, I'm gonna use this Jaclyn Hill palette from Morphe Richards. This is the eyeshadow palette and it has lots of color options as well. So I'm gonna use the first two colors as my base eyeshadow. So later on when I'll be applying the darker colors, it will not look that odd. So this is the color which I'm thinking to use in my corners with some goldish effect in my lid. So let's start. I'm taking a flat shader brush which I can use for blending. So it is a fluffy brush for eyeshadow blending. I'm gonna take a very little bit amount of the base color and will dust out the excess. Now you can blend it in your areas where you are thinking to apply the eyeshadow. Now I'm gonna take some more amount in that brush and will blend it. But first I'm just placing it in my eyelids. I'm gonna take the fluffy brush again to cut my crease with a lighter shade of eyeshadow. I'm using this color and using it my crease area so that it works as a transition to the eyeshadow colors. Again, I'm blending it with that brush itself. Again, I'm taking some amount of darker eyeshadow in my brush again, and I'm going to blend it with the same flat shader brush. Now I'm using a lighter shade to highlight the inner corners of my eyes. So with the same brush, I'll take a little bit of lighter shade of the eyeshadow and will highlight my inner corners. Now I'll be using the Lakme Eyeconic Kajal to draw the eyeliner. But before that, let me highlight the lower lash line using the same brush. But here I'm using the bronzer color, the blusher color that I used. If you want, you can use the same dark color which you used for your eyeshadow. I'm using the blusher color because it is very near to my eyeshadow color. I'm going to take some more highlighter to highlight my inner corner so that my eye looks even more brighter. And I'm going to use some highlighter to my brow bones as well to give it a prominent look for the brows. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to use the Lakme Eyeconic Kajal to draw my eyelines, starting from the outer corner towards my inner corner. Just trying to give it a wing here with the same eye pencil. So here I'm done with my eye makeup, and the last step is to use the lipstick. I'm going to use the combination of these two, and here is the completed look. I'm just straightening my hairs. You can skip this if you don't want to. If your hair is already straight, you don't need to use this. I do it because it makes my hair look silky and healthier. So I like straightening my hairs, and this is completely optional. I hope you liked the video. Please do subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you. See you next time.